Welcome to Witch Hour, the hour where the brew is hot and the talk is real.
And magic and mystery and everyday life blend into one.
Yes, Witch Hours is a sacred space where the voices of comedic priestesses rise to awaken remembrance, restore divine balance, and reweave the threads of ancient feminine wisdom. We speak light into shadow, truth into silence, and healing into disconnection. Guided by the sacred teachings of our ancestors, we channel the power of mysticism, ritual, and spiritual truth to spark transformation within ourselves, our community, and the world. Two, I am Mwt Het Heru Baktiba. I am Nekhbet Ra.
And I am Herit Taemwadjsi. And we are Witch Hour, the circle where Black women priestesses come together and speak truth, spirit, and power. We are your guides in this sacred conversation of reclamation. And together we are the voices behind the mystical journey, an hour of wit, wisdom, and a little witchcraft or brouhaha. So come curious and leave enchanted.
So every brew starts with an intention. So here's today's intention. I honor the warrior who guards my peace and the goddess who blesses my pleasure. And let me say that one more time.
Please do.
I honor the warrior who guards my peace and the goddess who blesses my pleasure. That is powerful. We want to thank our listeners for supporting Witch Hour, and please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all social media and podcast streaming platforms. So, in true Witch Hour fashion, let's get our cups and fill them up.
In this episode, we explore the Egyptian goddess BAST or Bastet, guardian of women, children, and home. Once a fierce lioness warrior, and later she is revered as a gentle cat, the goddess of joy, sensuality, and music. Bast embodies feminine power balanced with peace. We invite you, listeners, our brew crew, to awaken your own inner Bast through ritual intention and our dialogue. So join us.
BAST or Bastet, she guards women, children, and household. She wards off illnesses and evil spirits and blesses us with divine pleasure, fertility, and play. Statues of cats and cat amulets were placed around the homes to invoke her protection energy in her favor. Today, we invite BAST into our bodies, our altars, our spells, and our voices. So our affirmation for BAST tonight: BAST, Lady of the Perfume Jar, Guardian of the Home and Heart, circle this space with your golden light. Let the joy be my shield and the pleasure my protection for my home, for my body, for my joy, too. And we also have a prayer for BAST. And I feel her energy. Like, I know we're all feeling her energy, but just take your time to like really connect with her during this time. I'm going to say a really quick prayer for her. BAST, watchful one with shining eyes, thank you for guarding the threshold, blessing our bodies, and sanctifying my joy. Shy, too.
Oh, welcome, Bast. And as we do our netch, and I'm saying thank you very much to you, Mwt Het Heru Batiba, for helping us and bring in that Bastet energy. And I'm going to ride that wave with you. And I'm going to just bring in some of that Bast energy here in my space, right? Calling that energy down through a little bit of herbal magic today. I'm going to use some Bastet incense and oil and drop a few on there for me to help me get into her energy.
I'm taking
Mhm,
that smoke in for myself.
Yes, I'm
mhm. I'm
I'm
like,
this with you.
Right.
Share with all of us. Us here at Witch Hour and our brew crew, whether you are joining
mhm,
us on whatever streaming platform, whether
mhm,
you're watching or you're riding and you're listening, you're going to get some of this incense smoke and be able to connect with that Bastet energy. Yeah, I want to get in her vibe. I want to resonate with her. And I appreciate that prayer. So thank you. As she's blessing our bodies and sanctifying our joy. Joy is
And
sanctified, right?
ooh,
and pleasure.
mhm,
And pleasure. We need a
mhm,
little bit of that in our lives. So I'm sending that. I'm riding your wave, Mwt Het Heru, and supporting you in that and bringing that energy in with some holy smoke.
Holy
mhm.
smokes! I love it. Yes.
Oh,
And as we are bringing in that Bastet energy and introducing her to not only ourselves, reintroducing her to ourselves, but also to the collective, just
mhm,
imagine the majestic nature that you see when you look at like a Black Panther or the
Mhm.
puma or the lion or the tiger, right? Just how beautiful just cats, how they just stretch themselves out and take their
mhm,
time bathing and how much they play. So when we think about Bas, like who is she? What is she? Where is she? So in ancient Kemet or Egypt, as some know, she was honored as a daughter of the sun god Ra and linked to his fiery, protective power. And over time, her image shifted from a lioness associated with fierceness, scorching energy, to a cat and a woman with a cat's head. So she got a cute little shape, and she got a cute little
mhm,
head on her body,
Yes,
symbolizing protection of our home, as we said earlier, sensual joy, and domestic harmony.
yes, and I
Mhm.
feel that. And I think about cats and moot Nekhbet. You talk about their body movement
Mhm.
and their prowessness and her fierceness that we see in Sekhmet. So we know that Bastet, she could be ferocious. But
mhm.
the daughter of Ra is the daughter of God. There's some
Mhm.
fights
Yes.
you might show up for, right?
Mhm,
Still gentle, you still playful, and she really allows us to get into that energy of our sensuality. Mwt Het Heru, I know we talk about goddess energy, and goddess energy can be playful, but there's a firm or sternness when we sit
mhm,
in our power as
mhm,
women. As
Mhm.
women who are embodied by God, as the daughters of God, of the daughters of Ra, there's a certain eloquence that you speak with,
I like
that you
Mhm.
present with, that you
Mhm.
mhm,
move with, and that's
mhm,
Bastet.
Yeah.
mhm, mhm. And I was thinking I was thinking, when y'all were speaking about both of y'all were speaking about I was thinking about, Halle Berry when she played Cat
Mm.
and, you know, when
Oh,
she played Catwoman, when she had on the all black, and that was, like, pure boss energy, right?
Was the best energy.
And the way that she walked and the way that she moved and her awareness with everything, and even when you're channeling her energy, the way that you again, like, the way that you move, but also it's like an alertness, you're feeling your body, you're feeling your movements, you're feeling the wind, connected so cats are very, very connected with themselves and connected with their environment, and that's, like, really deep,
I love that reference.
that is
really
a
deep.
reference.
She was
Yeah,
sexy too. No.
Mhm.
we can't
Love
forget
that reference.
that, because we can't forget that, right? We can't forget
And
that sexiness.
mhm.
Even when you handling your business,
You would handle your business.
you can be joyful, playful, and stern all at the same time and
Mhm,
not lose that strong sense of sensuality because you know why? It's naturally you.
mhm.
Us that shows us that it's just naturally us, that sway in our hips is just natural. It's not
Woo.
something that we have to lose when we are handling our business. We are
Mm.
working in our power. We don't have to lose that femininity within.
Mhm,
We don't have
mhm.
to sacrifice that.
I'm gonna run with that. I'm gonna take that baton and take it and keep going. And I'm happy because that visual, personally, I'm not knocking Halle Berry's, right? But I am a Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman
Mm,
girly.
okay.
Okay. I'm also an Eartha Kitt Catwoman girly. I
Oh,
like them all, but
yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer, that was my first time seeing her. And they have two different energies, but they still do Bastet so well. And I thank you so much for bringing that up because it makes me think about how Bastet basically is Catwoman. They mention that's where she comes from, that her energy comes from, and how she chooses women who need her power because
Ooh.
the character of, this is the nerd coming out of me now, the character of Selena Kyle is mousy and she's
Mhm.
meek and she doesn't speak up and she's um can excuse me and she's overlooked and she's not seen, and that cat chose her at the brink of her death
Oh.
and transmuted that energy to her and didn't know what was going on in the body, but somehow she woke up
Mm.
and she said, "Oh, wait a minute." She woke up to her femininity, her sexuality, number one, her sensuality, and that playfulness, that ferociousness, that, like, they call that, what, that black cat energy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
'Cause Catwoman is in that all black. And Halle Berry's walk, her strut in that movie. Mwt Het Heru, thank you so much for that visual. I love I was like, yes, because absolutely, Bastet definitely is a protectress of those who are not seen or heard.
Mhm.
It's like
Mhm.
you don't to know when you see a lioness or a cat protect their babies, that light goes off so quick and you cannot come between a kitten and her mom.
Ooh.
You said something, both of you said something that a light bulb went off. And Mwt Het Heru, Imma second my header when she said, "Thank you for that visualization," because we see God, Goddess in in life with
Mhm.
our eyes, in cinema, in worldly culture. So thank you for allowing us to make that connection and bringing the divine into a representation that some of us can all relate to. In her 3 phases, Eartha Kitt, Michelle
Mhm,
Pfeiffer, and Halle Berry, whatever season
mhm,
we were in when we saw her. And you think about a cat, and we're gonna stick with the black cat because black cats represent magic.
Ooh.
There's folklore around black cats in our culture. If you see a black cat, spin around, spit over your shoulder, throw some salt over your shoulder, right? But they are protectors.
Mhm.
Some of us see them as omens. We've associated that omen-like ideology because of the power that
mhm,
Bastet carries historically, and when we think about that power of and protecting her children, she protects the home, and we're gonna say we're her children, right? She
mhm,
protects the home from vermin,
Mhm.
rats, people that or things that kinda go unseen with those cats.
Ooh.
They see through the dark. Her energy is
Mhm.
able to see things clearly and be able to say, "No, no, no.
mhm.
Mm,
Mhm.
Agree.
my baby. No."
Mhm.
'Cause you know how cats do. What do they do with their prey? They wanna play
Mhm.
with them. They want
Mhm.
to paw at the mouse like, "Oh, you're so funny."
Right,
But at that ninth hour,
right.
they
Yes.
do
That's
it and they say, "Oh, you thought you had me? Let me show you what's really going down." And they attack.
Too. Oh my goodness, that's so good because I wrote that down too. Like people think that they can play because cats are so playful. The black cat is so
mhm,
playful. So
mhm,
they think that, okay, well, let me play. No, like
mhm,
don't ever get it twisted.
mhm,
Yes, yes, that I am there to bring like joy and pleasure and being a protector. But when it comes to this, and some black cats go outside, they're outside, they see everything.
Yeah.
inside, out, and like you saying, under the bugs, anything that come inside the house, they see everything. So, like, yeah, don't think you can ever play.
Right. Last night, we have 2 cats, and
Mhm.
Thunder and Cotton Ball.
Mm.
And I know Thunder work. Thunder is a orange tabby,
Mhm.
and he is a protector. He in another life, he was a lion, like, he was a king of the jungle, okay?
Mhm.
And Cotton Ball, who's a little more meek, last night, we had this patio window, and it's pitch black outside, and Cotton Ball is standing at the door, and I hear these sounds emote from her that I've never heard before.
Mhm.
Mm.
I'm
Mm.
like, "What is happening?" Like, okay, something's going on with Cotton Ball, and we look, and she's looking out the door, and she's like, "Ah," and she's all fluffy, and all of a sudden, we see something in the shadow. In that
Mm.
split second, I said, "Oh my gosh, Cotton Ball is growing up." She's in
Mhm.
her stage of life where she's the protector, she's
Mhm.
protecting
Mm.
this space. And when we think that things go unseen, that's
Mhm.
the protection or the magic of BAST, because there be
Yes.
something that we may be sleeping. We
Mhm.
may think, "Hey, everything's going all good," but
Mhm.
when we hone in on the energy of Bastet or
Mhm.
BAST, we're able to see through
Mhm.
the veil or be able to see
Mhm.
or see in the dark,
Mhm.
have great eyesight in the
Mhm.
dark. So when we may think that things aren't as clear for us, we
Mm.
hone in that Bastet energy, and we're able to see things with clear vision.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I'm
And
a
that
I'm a
brings
more
too,
smoked.
too, and that brings us to one of our questions is where do you need more protection?
Mm.
Where in your life do you need more protection?
Hmm.
Mm.
So just really take a second and think about it. And
Mm.
also she is joy. Where do you need joy in your life? Where do you need more joy in your
I
life?
appreciate that question. I appreciate the mention of saying that the cat went from kitten to cat, grew up in the duality of a nature. To
Yeah.
say that I can be as sweet as I need to all day, and yes, because I am a dual cat holder as well, and there sometimes get vermin. The seasons change, and what I do know is I have to let them do their thing. That's their nature.
Mm.
So watching them play with the food, you know, but at the end of the day, it's that, oh, it's your time. And I think that we sometimes get afraid, or we can be afraid to approach life that way. So when you think about like what part of us needs more protection, like
Mhm.
what part of us is able to protect ourselves whilst keeping our joy?
Mm.
How can we remain playful and sensual and fluid, but also know when to flip that switch? Wait a minute.
Mhm.
Because as we said earlier, Herit Taemwadjsi, that within the goddess energy, it can be so sweet. It could be so um open and ready, but at some point you have to make people remember, wait a minute, don't play with me, don't try me,
Mhm.
right? I may not be a force up front, but on the back end, I know how to pull it up. And I really appreciate that part because it helps us to remember that sometimes it can feel like we just about to be right knocked on down,
Yeah.
right? Like we on our last leg, your back is up against the wall, you don't have nowhere to go, but that's when that fierceness comes out,
Mhm.
when it's like, oh, if it's time to go and time to show up, my back ain't gonna be up here. I'm coming off this wall, right? And I think
Mhm.
Bastet helps us to remember that when necessary, not all the time, but when needed, go ahead and pull your claws out.
Mhm.
All I kept thinking about was like, you know,
Yeah, pull your
put
pull
your
your
claws.
claws out. Yeah.
Mwt Het Heru, I am gonna answer your question, but as we were talking, I think about our sister who emanates the BAST energy. She brings her energy down so well. You may think she's like meek, timid, but she is a powerhouse of creativity. She is a powerhouse of knowledge, wisdom, earthy. Like when I think of like herbs and how to work the earth, like I think of her and her majestic knowledge and how she brings thoughts and ideas to manifest. And so I'm like, oh, that's Bast. She can run so smooth and so quiet, almost unseen until you see her. And it's like, oh,
You
this is
talking about Mwt Het Heru, Saiba?
yes.
That she is.
Oh, yes. And I love her. Yes. And
That she is.
she's a great example of boss that energy to me. You know? So shout out. I love you, girl. You know it. Right, yes, yes. And to answer the question, like, where do I feel like I need a little more protection or I could use a little more protection? I'ma ask boss when we say protect our peace, right? Protect the part of the peace that allows me to nurture myself.
Ooh.
Like, protect that. That for me,
Run,
boss.
run that back. Run that back.
Protect the part of me that allows me to nurture myself, boss. That.
Oh my God.
You know, because I'm in a season where I need a little bit of nurture and a little bit of tending.
Yes.
And I know
Mm.
that starts with me allowing myself to receive it, but to also give it to me. So I'm asking
Oh
about
my
that
God.
to help me in that area.
I love it. It's beautiful. That was the best.
I was just like linking everything together over here because like Herit Taemwadjsi said she had the two castes of duality, and then Nekhbet has the two castes of duality, and then we have joy and war. Well, you know what I'm saying? With Bastet is like joy. Do any of y'all cats like bring in joy, and one is more like a warrior, or like they both have the same like the duality?
I definitely got duality over here because I'm telling you, Thundercat, he is a hunter. Cotton Ball, she's a little more reserved and she'll snuggle with you. She's like an emotional support cat animal. You know, I told you she came in her. I've never seen her that way. Like I seen her the other day. Thundercat, he's gonna hide in the shadows and background and come out unknown and be like, oh, he big. You got it. Cotton Ball, she's gonna say, "Hey, how you doing? I love you. You wanna hold me? You wanna, hold hands? You wanna laugh? You wanna cuddle?" Yeah, so we working with duality over here.
Um, I'm gonna give the duality, and then I'm also gonna answer that question because I'm like, this question is nuts. So I will say that Juniper is all things in one.
Mm,
And she picks and chooses when she needs to be what, but she has everything inside of her, even though she's more on the reserve side. I remember when I've had cats on and off throughout my life. She is the first cat that I have ever had that I've actually had to get spayed. Most of my cats have definitely gone through heat, but it's never been elaborate. When I tell you that she was a hot mama to a point that I was just like, oh my God. Like just her whole how even, she has a way of being very seducing in her
mm,
own way. She is calm and she's relaxed, but there has been plenty of times where she has caught a bird in her mouth. She is very protective in her own way. And she is also extremely sensitive to others' emotions. Sasha is a rebel and she is going to attack you because that's what she want to do. No is foreign to her. She is going to test it. She is going to push the boundary of trying to figure out what she can and cannot do. and she's very explorative, and she has a way where she doesn't bite hard, but she'll like it's like I don't know. I've never. It's like she plays. She'll just nibble real light in a at the most random time. So I can say that I can definitely see Bastet in both of them, and um all those aspects. Yes.
Mhm.
And then as far as the protection is concerned, I that man, listen, yes, Herit. Protect me in my peace. Protect me in my joy.
Mm.
And I appreciate that. And I think
Yes.
that it's very important because like you said earlier, so we have to be kind of secular. We have to work, and working and paying the bills and being responsible and being whatever adulthood is supposed to be. Sometimes your joy you feel guilty for trying to have a
Mhm.
good time or show up and
Absolutely.
have fun and laugh and play and be whimsical, and you try to shrink it down. So no, boss, protect my right to have pleasure and joy.
Yeah. We rolling with that. Yeah. I'm rolling with it too. So we are asking Bastet. And I know all of y'all are saying the same thing we are saying as well. I'm pretty sure y'all are resonating with this to protect our peace and protect our joy, protect our sensuality, protect us all over. And then I was between like the joy and the war, and then it's like we give people our joy until like bossed until they push it, right?
Mm.
And then I was like, dang, and then they want to call us the crazy cat lady.
Good point.
Like they
Good.
want to call you the crazy
I
cat
have been called that.
Good point.
Yeah.
I enjoy the words that were spoken about Boss. Like she's a rebel. Like Nekhbet were saying, like Sasha is. She's sensitive, playful, a warrior, a hunter. She's the shadow, like to be in the shadows. She's
Mhm.
darkness, you know. And
Mhm.
sometimes she's dark and in light too, because
Mhm.
when it's light, she's still, you know, moving in the dark.
Mhm. So dark.
That's true.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Crazy,
I'm
crazy,
gonna say,
crazy
"Meow."
cat lady.
That's what I'm gonna say to every single point.
Or when ooh, and when they go in, listen, y'all, they like,
Mwt Het Heru, that is exactly what one of the sounds that Cotton Ball was making yesterday. I was like, "What is
Mhm.
happening?"
ooh, that
That's
you're getting too close.
I was just about to say that. That's that
That
hold on.
warrior.
Yeah, I will scratch you if I need to.
Ooh. And then they shoulders go up, the tail goes up,
Yeah,
and
they hunch. The tails
yes,
get fluffy.
yes, I done told you.
Mhm. Or to even, for all of the cat ladies and the crazy cat men, you already know that a cat can growl,
Yes.
right? There can be some guttural sounds coming out of your cute little cat, letting people know, wait a minute, okay? This is I'm giving you a yellow light. Okay? This is a caution.
Mm.
Right. Like,
I don't know who said it first, Nekhbet or Mwt Het Heru, about Bast in the shadows or the
maybe
south
Blue
side of
Heatheru.
Bast, the dark side of Bast, right?
Blue Heatheru.
There we go. So I have a question. Oh, because we said sometimes cats get a bad rap or can be spoken of or referred to on a low vibratory frequency.
Mhm.
So I want to ask this question. Where do the shadow sides of Bast
Mm.
show up for you?
Hmm.
So we think
Mm.
about cats and people say cattiness, right? Or emotional distance because some cats can be known to be emotionally distant. Like, look, I've had enough of you. Farewell, Or
Farewell.
when things get hard, just disappear, just go.
Mhm.
They do.
So where does that show? Where does that
Ooh.
shadow side of BAST show up?
Too, and that's very good because I've never like these some really good questions.
While we
I
ponder, we want our
Mhm.
brew crew to ponder too. Like these
Mhm.
are questions that we all need to ask of ourselves to help us really transform and be stealth
Mhm.
in our position, our goddess God
Mhm.
position.
And I could say like for me it's emotional this like when I get emotional or like when I had enough like it's like all right y'all ooh, and that reminds me of my childhood too, you know what I'm saying? Some cats like can't even take a lot of noise or a lot of people being around, so they're like I'm out of here,
I'm
and that's
out.
me,
Mhm.
and that's always it still is, that's always been me, like okay, I've had enough. It's too much energy, too much going on, and I gotta go. I gotta go. And that just brings me like to the cat senses too, like how much they sense so much and be so and see things that other people don't see, or other creatures, other animals. Like they're there most of the time. They're quiet, just
Mhm.
observing. You know,
Mhm.
observing.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, while the dog running around chasing his tail, the cat looking like
True.
this 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 crazy. The dog crazy. Yeah. So emotional distance, um, hiding when the energy is too high, hiding when it gets to be too much.
I could see that being a nurturing part of a cat too, even though
Mhm.
it's a shadow aspect of it,
Mhm.
about emotional distance, but understanding like, hey, this is overwhelming for me, and I may need to
Mhm.
hone in on that cat energy as a protector of self and self
Mhm.
preservation.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
appreciate that.
Mhm.
I am gonna second that. And being a cat lady that I am,
Mhm.
it makes me think about when cats have kittens and they move them often to hide them from predators or whatever. They just they don't keep them in the same spot. They kind of move them around. I most certainly can say that I have a cat's personality for sure. um I let people pet me who I feel the vibe is right. And if you are
Oh,
not the right vibe, you cannot touch me, and I will keep my distance from you, and I will not be playful with you. You will not get personality from me.
come on now.
I will not protect you. But if I feel that I am safe with you and your energy is authentic and you are um real and honest with me, you get personality, you get protection, you get playfulness, you get all of that from me. But other than that, you will not see me. You probably won't even know that I was in the room, to be honest with you. Like, I didn't know you had a cat. Well, I do, right?
Mm.
Some people, I didn't know
He
you had a
broke that
cat, and
all the
some
way
people
down.
know, oh, here it comes, right? Yes.
You broke that
So
all the way down. Like
I can say
whoa.
I that is me. And because cats are they are a very particular type of vibe. Just thinking about the history of how sacred cats were to
Oh,
Kemet. You know what I mean? Like, not I don't think that every cat was being touched. You know what I mean? They were highly revered, you
yeah.
know? So, not to be funny, but the reason why cats seem to be so whatever is because they're not a basic energy. They do read spirit. They do read frequency. And
Mhm.
I will watch my cats with particular people. Juniper has definitely hissed at a person before or stay out of their presence. Noted, right? Or will jump on somebody's lap and let them, make sure she goes out of her way to say, hey, I see you. Let me, so I think that we can learn a lot from Bastet.
Bastet. I mean,
Wow.
I am adding more holy smoke over here to get into that frequency of Bastet because I had to pull up my phone, Google, look up. because we always talk about like, oh, she's so catty. Like
Mm.
like, is that a bad thing? Is being catty
Mm.
or experiencing the shadow side of Bastet or cat-like energy, is that a bad thing? I think of it more as like a protection sometimes.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Some words, some people may say, oh, it may be a trauma response, or
Mm.
it may be a response that was come out of an emotional state, right? But it could
Mm.
also be a response that allows me to do a little more self-reflection or to like
Mm.
go inward. But I looked up cattiness
Mm.
and because I'm like, "Ooh, what's my
I'm looking
shadow
it up
side?"
too. Mhm. Right.
And it talks about malevolence by virtue or being malicious, spiteful, or nasty.
Mm.
And I know in some phase of my life, right? Because we grow and we evolve. I know I have displayed that shadow part of Bast.
Mm.
Nasty, you know,
Mm.
to someone or what I perceive to be nasty, like cold shouldering. Like
Mm. Mhm.
there is a way that if I feel like I need to protect my energy, I can see someone and not see someone.
See through them. Mhm.
Ooh.
That's why I say, is it really like a low vibe or I look at it as protection? I
Mm.
see them, but I don't see them as a way to protect me from manipulative energy. I'm using that Bastet energy to be able to see in the dark
Mhm.
through and to see
Mhm.
clear because sometimes you gotta, like, hey,
Mhm.
Mhm.
you gotta go the other way, put your shades on. Can't let nobody know you're looking, but you're looking.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
Right, Harit, I'm looking at this definition too, and I am looking at your cattiness as um an act of enlightenment because you're not doing it intentionally. This is saying that somebody's like they want you to know,
Yeah.
like, right? But you're not, you want people to know I see you because if we think about cattiness as a cat like or boss, people do feel some kind of way when a cat don't approach them.
That
Too.
is true.
Yep.
Your cat don't like me. She never
Mhm.
let me, or he never. People feel away. That could be any animal, to be honest with you. But I do notice how people feel like, oh my God, your cat actually came over and like rubbed
Mhm.
me. It's a vibe because again, seeing through or past someone is letting that person know it's a mirror, like you talk about the cat eye, right?
Yes.
How cat eyes are a
Mhm.
reflector. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like they change in the dark. You can
Mhm.
see they're more like, mirrors almost like a mirror versus when they're in the light and then the pupils dilate and get bigger. So they get all visions, all aspects of a way. So when I think about cattiness, I'm not thinking about it as like gossiping. I'm thinking cattiness like I see you,
Mhm.
right? I see you. And you're choosing to stay in the room or be under the bed
Yeah.
or remove yourself from the environment.
And it's
Yes.
so crazy because I'm thinking about that too, like, and how people see the cat and they want the cat to acknowledge them so bad, so they start picking with the cat, and they wanna
Mm.
start throwing stuff at the cat, and they wanna get up under the bed, "Where the cat at? Where the cat at?" And they always come looking for the cat. Every time they walk into till the cat come out, I'm like,
Mhm.
"Meow." Like
Right.
bro, like,
Mhm.
stay mind your business.
Right. In my own time, if
Right.
I so choose, right?
Oh, and then yes, and cats have that really big, like, that assertiveness, you know what I'm saying? That royal, because they were, worshipped in Kemet at one point. That royalness. I'm royal, my fur is luxurious, like, the light reflects off of it. Just think about the black cat, how soft and silky she is, like, yeah, I know I'm the
Mhm. I have a follow-up question segueing from what we talking about now, right? So The question is, how have I dimmed my wild, self-directed nature to make others comfortable? And what would reclaiming that look like?
My gosh.
Pause for our listeners to take a nice deep breath.
Because I feel like a lot of times, like I've done it, and I might do that every day. And just to be like transparent, even like on social media, because like I don't want to be like saying, but like, so it's kind of like I don't want everybody looking at me and think that I'm this, that Virgo rise. What does reclaiming that look like? I don't know. Being my true self and just like no matter what. Because cats don't care. They don't care like who's watching or who got something to say. You could call a cat, and if they not messing with you, they ain't gonna act like they don't even hear you. Like
Ears be moving and everything,
Say that.
and will ignore
Say
you.
that. You can
straight
open them
ignore you, and
just
they're
like,
gonna
oh,
be
nobody.
mhm, and be their self. So yeah, just straightforward and being true self, and hey, it is what it is. Yeah, I still got to ponder on that one though. That's a good one.
Right?
Do I would
Follow up. There's
for
gonna be a
that.
part 2.
Mhm.
We could come back for that one.
Mhm.
I can have a whole therapy session on that question.
That's a therapy session.
Man.
Need a separate episode. How have I dimmed my wild?
Because I think about it in different ways. I think about it as while being your personal desired nature
Mm.
has in your physical body. If I had to
Mm.
like dim my wild in my root chakra. Okay.
Mm.
Mm.
Follow me. Or if I had to dim my wild in the vibrance of my presence.
Mm.
Mm.
I like to describe my personality as a vibrant personality. And
Mhm.
everybody don't vibe with vibrant, you know?
Mm.
Right.
And right. And so I've had to, and not that someone's asked me to, but I can
Mhm.
read a room, and then you're like,
Mhm.
mm. Uh,
Mhm. Mhm.
and I've done that, but that I squelched a part of me,
Mm.
you know? I think that's when that shadow side of BAST may
Mm.
come because I'm squelching a part of myself.
Mhm.
So now, I reclaim it. Was the word reclamation? What was the word? Because I think that's my
It
favorite
was.
in this life.
Mhm.
Okay. I reclaim that by being comfortable in who I am
Mhm.
and understanding that my vibrancy was here for a reason because I was birthed. Herit Taemwadjsi was birthed for that vibrancy as a part of my purpose in life.
Mhm.
So I accept that vibrancy and I accept who I am and the comfort of being who I am in any room that I walk in.
Mm.
Mhm.
So I said, Mwt Het Heru, when you were talking too, and I apologize if I interrupted you. Like, oh my gosh, I need to walk like BAST in
Mm.
any room I'm in.
Mhm.
Mm.
Like cats walk in regal. They don't. Y'all said it. They don't care who's in the room. They walk in and hey, how you doing?
Mhm. And keep it moving.
And keep it going.
Real
Well,
cute.
I'm walking with BAST.
Mhm.
I'm,
Mhm.
I'm
Mm.
rolling with her energy, and I'm grateful that this is our conversation because it helps me tap into that energy more.
Mhm.
Right.
That was music to my ears in both aspects. Do I to you both.
Mhm.
As one has the zoomies. I was like, what? That also happens. You just get a little quick little with it.
Right.
Just out of nowhere, just energetic. I also big gulp with this question as well, because I know for a fact that I have definitely dimmed my wild at a point to make others feel comfortable
Mm-hmm.
or under the impression that I have to make them feel comfortable because they aren't comfortable with their own wild. So in the reclamation of that, I'm just being it. And I think that because we've been talking about liberation, right? And when I think about reclaiming my wild, I'm liberated in that because I can't worry about why you're not. I can't worry about why my I am, excuse me, bothers your I am.
Mm-hmm.
I can't worry about that. So the best thing that I can do is just be who I am and let you figure yours out.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's self-destructive, and a cat that can't live fully in its space or take up the space, that is a cat that is not healthy, right? And we talk about Bastet, we said it earlier, she gets rid of diseases, illness, all that stuff. She was the one that awakened the weakened woman when she was
Mm-hmm.
broken and almost on her last breath. She breathed new life into her. She breathed unk into her, right? And gave her a new purpose and made her remember herself so she could wear that one piece leopard patent leather,
Yeah.
right? So she could whip around, so she can get the things, even though in the movie she didn't do it the right way. It don't matter. But she can get the things that make her feel beautiful and that she felt entitled to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Breathe life into me, BAST.
Breathe life into me, boss.
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh, this is so I have gotten so many like downloads and notes, writing notes from what the both of you have been saying, and it's really, really good. Like even think, okay, so I'm running back like Herit Taemwadsi's like when you were speaking, it was pick your head up. Like when we walk in the room, like cats pick their head up. They don't worry about, and it says walk your walk tall and proud. Pick your head up, walk your walk tall and proud and royal, and don't worry about what's going on around you. Command the room, command your space, and if they need to go run and hide, they gonna run and hide. Like and the cat always gonna read the room. Like read the room. And they not the loudest in the room, trust me. They the quietest.
Hey, I appreciate that, Mwt Het Heru. I appreciate your downloads during our conversation. It is so fun. And I'm gonna say D and Kaini to my granny. Because when you said walk with your head up, my granny used to say that to all of us. That when you walk with your head up.
Mhm.
I love your messages, Mwt Het Heru.
Mhm. Yeah. What? A cat? My boss head not up. Like even when I logged in, before I logged in, I listened to a some boss that music on YouTube, and the AI boss was standing there, head up, in her warrioress. Her sword, but her head is up. And just being in touch with the elements too, because I'm feeling like when she's like standing there and she has her staff, and if she needs to swing that sword, she gonna swing it in the right direction. So just being aware of what's around her, like that, even lurking in the shadows. If they loud around you, if people are loud around you, just let them be loud. You'll know when to swing and when not to. If
Yes.
you don't need to go there. Look at me.
Well, I know what I'm gonna say too. You know what I'm gonna say. You mentioned music. I'm gonna say
Add it to the playlist.
Wtch Our playlist coming soon. Connect with music. Add to the playlist.
Add to the playlist.
Mm,
Ooh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all. Let me remove that. 'Cause I was like, I'm sorry. You got to fix your mind. I am grateful for this remembrance and
mhm,
this conversation because it's easy. It's easy to forget. It's easy to shrink. And I think we talked about this at the top of our segment, how so many things in the world put weight on us that we feel like, how can I hold my head up in this very moment? How can I hold my head up when all of this is happening? But you must. You must.
But you
You
must.
must hold your head up
Mm.
because that is resistance. In a way, Bast is resistance. She resists anything that would make her feel other than who she is.
Mm,
Woo!
To hold your head up is to resist anything that would tell you otherwise. To be in your pleasure is to resist anything that would tell you
Mm.
otherwise. Your joy, your rest, your playfulness, your
mm,
beauty, your sensuality, your body, your fertility, your virility, and your ferociousness.
Mm.
Anything that would tell you otherwise, you use BAST to resist that.
Yeah.
You use it.
Thank you, Bastet, for speaking
Too.
the
Dua.
word.
Yes. Dua and Nekhbet Nefertiti. Yes. Whoo! Dua and Herit Taemwadsi. Shataja go through the whole name.
So, do I read next? Mwt Het Heru Batiba Machete.
See, this was so good. This was so good. And we
Mhm.
know that our time together is always divinely aligned. So today we have a card pull for the collective. Whether you're listening today or either weeks from now, this message is meant to reach you in the right time. So, Herit Taemwadsi got a card pull for us today.
Ooh, I got a chord. I got a chord. Okay. So
Mm,
I am using the Illuminate Mantra and Oracle deck. This
Mm,
deck is special to me.
mhm,
Um, I got it when my husband and I went to San Diego
mm,
mhm.
summer, and the artist was there who curated the deck. And I got the last deck. I was like, "Oh, you can't travel and not get an Oracle deck. Like, what are you talking about?"
right.
And the artist is there. Let me get the deck. So,
Okay.
shout out. We're going to find her. We're going to tag her to Mackenzie. And the artwork is done by Alexa. And this is the card. Okay.
Oh, oh.
Look at that. I love a card with some nice imagery.
Mm-hmm.
And this card says, pay attention.
Mm,
Okay. Pay attention. Emotions are our messengers.
Mm,
Emotions can often feel like an inconvenience, especially the ones we label as negative. Perhaps trying to force ourselves to think and feel differently than we do. On the other hand, feel good emotions may seem fleeting or not sustainable. But
mm,
with each feel good moment, our emotions are bringing information on how to create more of those feel good moments in the future. Emotions cannot be fixed or manipulated, only felt.
mm,
And with those feelings, you will always find information. Joy may be showing us where to pour more of our attention. Anger may be showing us where we need to set a boundary. Fear may be showing us a wound that needs tending to. What a gift to have a navigation system within us, pointing us in the right direction,
mm,
always there, just waiting for us to listen. It comes with a mantra, and the mantra is, my emotions are always here guiding me. I
mm,
take time to tune in and listen to the internal messages existing to lead me back to myself.
mhm,
Bastet,
mm,
what you saying? What
mhm.
are you saying, Bastet? That is, pay attention. Cats, pay attention. Pay attention to our thoughts, our feelings when we read the room. Uh, Pay attention.
mm,
I'm going to read this mantra one last time. My emotions are always here guiding me. I take time to tune in and listen to the internal messages existing to lead me back to myself. May we
Mm,
yourself.
back to
Oh,
myself.
my God, today
Mm.
I felt that in my throat. Like it like pulled, and in my mind I was like, speak to what you feel. Say how you feel. Speak to that, right? You got joy. I'm happy. So how you doing? I'm good. I feel happy today.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
What they say, blessed and highly favored.
I
Mhm.
am. I'm blessed and
Mhm.
highly favored. I'm
Mhm.
better than blessed.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh, do I?
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. Woo, beam me up, Bastet. Like,
Ooh.
'cause that was wonderful. And I love the dandelion,
Mhm.
Yeah.
like put in that air, because you make a wish on a
Ooh.
Yes. And
you
it's
make a
free.
wish and yeah, and you blow it out.
And you're present in the moment when that happens and you see
You
those things,
are. Yes.
the
Mhm.
sky.
And all those are seeds.
All those are seeds to be planted. So whatever we
Right.
feeling, we're thinking, we're putting it in the atmosphere because it returns
Mhm.
back to us.
Nerd
It
moment.
brings us back
Oh.
to ourselves.
Yes, because dandelions are the only they produce of themselves.
Mhm. Wow.
Say it, say
So
it.
it's like,
And
produce of yourself.
the equinox is coming. Mhm.
Oof.
New year.
Knocks us co-
Mhm.
Oof. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the herb, the herb, our herbal magic. So we have patchouli.
Mm,
Patchouli is such a dense herb, right? And even though we know cats are spry and they're, limber, but there's also density to them at the same time. Like they are weighty. You hear cats running around, you can hear that doom, 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 doom. But thinking about the magic of patchouli and the sensuality, the muskiness of it, and using it to improve our money, our finances, right?
Mhm.
That pleasure. And I don't mean money in a way of like, oh, I can buy myself nice stuff. I mean deep wealth, um secured energy, that royalty, the way that it's abundance coming in, infinite abundance, love magic, using patchouli for love magic, and bringing in passion, sensuality, sexuality, fertility, lust. And fertility doesn't mean babies. It don't gotta mean babies. Fertility could just mean producing whatever your hopes, wishes, dreams, desires, all of that, and staying connected to our ancestors, thinking about how cats are able to see within the spirit realm, right? Staying connected to our spirits and using that patchouli to remove any vermin that might be sent to us
Mm.
on a spiritual way. So using it as protection to remove what we would call hexes or curses or anything like that, however you want to put the word to it. But using patchouli as a protective way and secure our magic. So I don't have any. I know Mwt Het Heru normally shows a little sprinkle, but you can use the oil if you
Mm.
feel the need to just walk with that fragrance, or you can use the raw herb if you have a botanica or an herbal space in your area. And you can also very sustainably find a nice, freshly made patchouli incense to burn in your home.
Mhm. So I was thinking like I had some patchouli oil, aromatherapy. Yes, that's
Oh,
beautiful. That is very, very beautiful. So we always have a comedic phrase, and today's comedic phrase is Anuk Nitert E Push It. I am the goddess of my own pleasure. To
yeah.
I am the goddess of my own
Yes.
pleasure.
My
So
own pleasure.
own your own pleasure. And it is safe
Say
to get things that please you,
mm,
to know what pleases you and stand in it like a cat, like Bastet. She knows her own pleasure. She is the
mm,
goddess of
mm,
her own pleasure. She knows
mm,
herself, she knows her worth. She know who she is. She knows that she's yummy.
I got another playlist.
What is it?
Don't Play With It by Jill Scott.
Okay, we're gonna put this together, y'all. We're putting it in the ethers. It's out there. We're putting it together.
Is that song is talking about owning your pleasure.
Let me start this
Yes.
right now. Jill Scott, owning your pleasure.
We gonna make this playlist for y'all.
Oh, it's made. It's made. Right now. It's made. It's going
Child.
public.
Listen, and Jill's got the one to tell us, honey. I'm telling you. Your voices matter to us. Let this conversation brew. See how Bastet shows up for you and your life. Share your questions, share your thoughts in the comments. Do not be afraid to email us, reach out to us, DM us. That is witchhourpodcast@gmail.com. Reach out to us on all social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We are there. We are available. We love you all. We thank you all for joining us each and every time for these sacred, liberating, devotional conversations. We are so grateful and so honored to have you. If we didn't have y'all, there would not be any us. So do our Mwt Het. So until next time, we commute again. Mwt Het.
Love y'all.